On the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and we are set to go with our first fight of the evening, and it is the 3 one-minute round tough man exhibition. We're talking tough man tonight because you're going to be seeing a lot of tough men right here on FX. None better than this guy in this business. Butterbean gets it on with Jacky Beard, and I'll tell you, Jacky Beard comes in looking like he's reasonably fit and ready to give Butterbean all he wants. But Butterbean made his career on these tough man competitions, and he is set to give what he calls a lesson to Jacky Beard. And there is Butterbean. He looks svelte, doesn't he?
Well, I guess that's about as svelte as it goes for the Bean, but he's always over 300 pounds. It doesn't seem to matter. You know, the one thing about Butterbean is, though, is that, you know, he can really punch hard. And I don't care. I mean, all kidding aside, you know, the man can punch hard.
And he says he's getting better and better, feeling more comfortable as a professional fighter. Of course, the big difference, you're fighting 2 minutes per round longer, and that's not an easy thing to do, Mills.
No, it's not. But this kid, you know, I call him Eric. They call him Butterbean. I call him Eric Esch. But the guy's got a good kicker, and he can punch. He punches short and really compact. He hits you on the chin, you get out of there.
And he understands what the spotlight is all about, too. He's really a terrific guy to be around. Very entertaining guy. We were talking to him yesterday about the rules in tough man. He said, well, only rule I can think of is no biting.
Yeah.
And he said you can't make that statement in professional boxing.
Well, he had about 80 tough man fights, won about 70 of them, and won several championships. He claims 18 area championships. The funny thing is, although he's the most famous tough man competitor to this point because of what he's done in professional boxing, he, well, I guess you could throw Mr. T into that mix as well.
Morrison also.
Yes,
Tommy Morrison was a tough man.
But when he went for the World Tough Man Championships, he was not able to win it. He lost a very close decision in that.
And here is the other half of this matchup, and this is Jacky Beard. And as we said, Beard comes in here looking reasonably fit for tough man competition. You don't find a lot of Mr. Worlds. We're set to go. Let's take it to the ring announcer, Michael Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Bally's Park Place, Atlantic City, America presents, in association with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, an evening of professional boxing on FX Championship Boxing, sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Let's get things started, ladies and gentlemen, with a special heavyweight exhibition bout scheduled for 3 rounds featuring 2 former tough man champions. Your referee in charge of the action will be James Condon. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing black, he comes to us from Bay City, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Black Jack Beard. And across the ring in the blue corner, originally from Jasper, Alabama, now out of Americus, Georgia, one of the most well-recognized faces in professional boxing, the king of the 4-rounders. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Butterbean.
Right now, let's go over to Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Hey, I tell you guys, I've grown to love these tough man fights. They are 3 one-minute rounds. They're very fast. No time for a fight plan. No time for strategy. No time for a change of fight plan. They are raw and rudimentary as fighting gets.
Well, Butterbean says he throws 80 punches in a 1-minute round. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he needs that many, Rich.
Well, Jacky Beard is also out of the tough man competition, and he just turned professional, so he's had a brief professional boxing career, but that doesn't matter because it's a tough man fight.
And Jacky Beard coming right at Butterbean. And that's what tough man competition is all about. Just what you saw right there in microcosm.
Point out they're using 16-ounce gloves here, which they use in the tough man competitions. So more like pillows than what you see in regular boxing.
You're going to be able to watch the tough man competition. And there's a good left hand from Butterbean, and that got Beard's attention. Beginning on FX next Friday at 10 o'clock and every Friday thereafter. So this is just a little taste of what you're going to be able to see. And Butterbean opens right up.
Bean was doing a little hot dogging there.
Yeah, they're like pillows unless you get hit with that pillow.
That's right. Like pillows with a brick inside.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the first round. Did he throw 80 punches? Well, I don't know. I don't suppose Well, we're going to get a look at Art Dorr, who is the man behind Butterbean. It's hard to see any man behind Butterbean, but there's Art Dorr. He is the guy that is the man behind the Tough Man competition, the creator and the founder. He does it all. And the commissioner tonight in the corner of Butterbean.
Well, actually, he has guided Butterbean's pro boxing career since the very beginning. So he's gone over into that area as well. And he's done a good job, I think, in both areas.
I started to say earlier, I don't imagine he buys his shirts off the rack.
This is a guy who's made a lot of money in a relatively short amount of time, boxing 4-round fights.
Well, he's a good guy, and he knows how to sell tickets. And he's very serious when he talks about wanting Mike Tyson. He says, Mike Tyson's style is made to order for me. And, you know, in the room that we were in when we were talking to him about it there, I didn't notice anybody standing up and saying, no, he's not.
But he's been trying to call out Mike Tyson. He does want Tyson. He thinks, look, he feels that Tyson doesn't fight more than 4 rounds anyway himself. So he says, why not? Me and Tyson, 4 rounds.
That's right. He said we're both 4-round fighters. This is the second round of 3 1-minute rounds, remember. And there's 45 seconds between rounds. And Bean says, come on. It is interesting that Beard is adapting more of a pro style than he is a tough man style.
Right, because Bean just wants to punch it out. Bill, did you ever referee a tough man fight?
I did a couple of tough man fights. And the thing about the tough man, you have to be careful because they wild and they swing so much you have to stay out the way, especially guys like Bean.
Bean just smiling through this round. Looking to load up that time. Beard says, no, you hit me on the shoulder. These guys really having a good time with each other.
You know, Bean took on a wrestler from the WWF not that long ago and put him in an actual bout, a boxing match, and Bean knocked him out in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and he said apparently there had been a tough man competition just amongst wrestlers to see who was the best boxer amongst the wrestling people, and that was the guy that Bean fought.
Yeah, a guy named Bart Gunn, but he couldn't last a minute.
1 minute non-stop action.
They nearly had a fight a couple of years ago for Butterbean to go up against Marty McSorley, and supposedly the higher-ups in the National Hockey League got a little shaky about that and had McSorley bail out of that. And I think for McSorley, it was a good idea to bail.
Absolutely. If Bean would have got McForley in that ring with those gloves, it would have been. He might have been tough in the ring. I mean, on the ice with the sticks, but not in there.
No body checks in this one. This is round 3. Final round.
And, of course, Butterbean is just coming off his 1-round KO of Peter McNeely.
And that was a no-nonsense fight. Bean, in fact, told us that he really wanted to go 3 or 4 rounds with McNeely and still managed to get him out of there. Bean, no nonsense here. Beard slapping a little bit.
Mills, how much do you think the power is diluted by a 16-ounce glove?
I think the crispness of the shot, and it doesn't hit square and solid because there's too much to hit onto or too much to deflect it. But I think if you get nailed with a 16, you can get out of there.
Beard was just sent sideways by a right hand from Butterbean. Dropped it, and I mean dropped it. Bean's been waiting for that shot, and there was nothing fluke about that. That's it. He's still out. I mean, when you've been hit by Butterbean, you've been hit.
He got nailed.
I don't know, but that's a good shot in any league.
No, I know. It's what I was trying to say is this man really does punch hard. Aside from all the carnival aspects that always surround Butterbean, is that one very significant fact. And it's a clean right hand right on the chin. I mean, woo-wee.
There it is. Good shot.
Boy, was it a good shot. And that, remember, is with 16-ounce gloves. Normally they fight with 8 to 10-ounce gloves. And there was nothing wrong with that. As we said, I don't care what the level of competition is. So Butterbean is a winner, and there is the vanquished. And they take a good long look at Beard, and Butterbean will take his fortunes back to the professional ranks, and we're going to go up the center of the ring. Sean O'Grady with Butterbean. Sean?
Well, Butterbean, did it seem like you were a little frustrated in that first round?
No, that's why I was trying to fight a little bit more like I used to, have a little more fun than I used to. You know, like I used to have fun, throw just wild stuff, and that was fun. That was so much fun.
But is that you huffing and puffing?
Oh, man, I tell you what, if you're working a full minute, you're going to breathe heavy anyhow. I don't care.
Yeah. These rounds went by a little bit quicker tonight than you've gotten used to. Is that difficult?
It actually was. It was like, oh, man, what's going on? Yeah. Round's over. It's great, though. I mean, people can fight at a faster pace.
Cut in the third. I think we're going to take a look at some of the action. You came out the first part, and looks like you were trying to fight with him, but he didn't want to fight with you. Why?
He didn't want to box. He tried to box, and I mean, I was wanting to fight a tough man. I wanted to get in this big ring. I want to fight. I mean, just get in there and bang, which I enticed him into it a little bit at the end of the round, last round.
How about the Tough Man tournament on Fox? Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, I'm anxious. It's excitement. It's 3 1-minute rounds, just like they've seen here. Yeah. Big guys throwing big punches. It don't matter if they're wearing 16-ounce gloves or not. I showed them tonight that 16 don't matter.
And it's going to be very exciting on FX at 10 o'clock every Friday. Back down to you, Barry.
All right, thanks very much, Sean. So that is our Tough Man exhibition for the night. We're going to get a little bit more serious now as we turn to the veteran John Molina. And he gets it on with a very hungry fighter by the name of James Creighton after this.
In the third round of our 3-round exhibition bout, referee James Creighton had to step in and call a halt. It was 51 seconds when time was stopped. There are no winners and no losers in exhibition boxing. Another round of applause for both Jacky and Butterbean.